The Desert Pyramid, home to 4 chests of moderate loot, protected by 9 blocks of TNT cleverly placed in a trap for the player to easily avoid. And unfortunately, that's all it really is. As it currently stands, or should I say sands, the Desert Pyramid is in desperate need of an upgrade, that was such a bad joke, to earn its place as a must-see landmark on the travel guide. That being said, my name is System Z, I make terrible puns, and here's how Minecraft's Desert Pyramids should be. If you enjoyed the video, consider becoming a member, where you'll gain access to awesome community perks, like being invited to my Minecraft server. And the best part is you'll be supporting me and my channel along the way. Click the join button below for more information, and as always, here is today's Tier 3 shoutout. Thank you so much for supporting my channel. One of the many wonders of Minecraft are its structures, scattered all around the various dimensions of a Minecraft world. Structures are a place for players to explore, loot, and even sometimes piece together lore about their world. For example, the Ocean Monument is a wondrous challenge filled with unique blocks, mobs, and even a mini-boss, the Elder Guardian, who puts out an effect of mining fatigue that keeps you from being able to easily break through the shell of the structure. And then you have the Woodland Mansion, the grounds for mysterious experiments being held by exiled villagers named Illagers. Amongst countless others, these structures offer a unique experience for adventure and reward, all except for the Desert Pyramid. If you're anything like me, after exploring one pyramid, you sort of just pass by the others, deeming them unworthy for looting, unless you specifically need the TNT. The loot certainly isn't anything to write home about, and even if you did, creepers can't read, so why waste your time? But terrible puns aside, what if we could change that? What if there was an update that not only upgraded the structure as is, but also added exclusive content and new features? What might that look like, you ask? Well, I'll show you. Let's kick things off by updating the build itself. Desert pyramids are meant to be ominous, with loot protected by all kinds of spooky traps. So, it's only fitting that the interior of the structure reflects that. Perhaps instead of a narrow drop to 4 chests and a TNT trap, there could be various layers of challenges for the player to get through. Challenges from spike traps to lava parkour and more. Each of these floors could introduce a chest of loot, with the 4th floor revealing a new Guardian boss. But more on that a little bit later in the video. This new boss would also put off an effect of mining fatigue to keep the player from simply breaking through the floors of each layer. And perhaps on top of that, for the first time in Minecraft history, this new boss could also put out an effect of weather, a sandstorm to keep players away when close. Sandstorms in general should be added to Minecraft. I mean, as of right now, there is no weather in the desert, despite colder biomes having snow and normal biomes having rain. Imagine slower speeds and a very slow damage coming from a sandstorm, also causing an intense fog and lower view distance, making it more challenging to navigate the desert biome in general. Anyways, going back to the structure of the Desert Pyramid, the various layers could also introduce new exclusive content, like mummies, for example. Imagine you're exploring the treacherous layers of the pyramid's underground dungeon when you're ambushed by mummies, a new mob found exclusively in the Desert Pyramid. Similar to zombies, mummies would walk slowly towards the player, but would also have the ability to release a sound that could temporarily freeze the player. That sounds absolutely terrifying, and of course, to make it worse, if you get hit by them, you'll also be given the slowness effect. And as fun as that sounds, mummies would also drop new items, amongst other silly things, like paper for example. This could be a great opportunity to drop new items that allow you to temporarily slow down enemies, or even freeze them with the magic item as a rare drop. That being said, let me know in the comments what you think mummies should drop. Additionally, desert pyramids would be filled with various new decorations, like pots for example. Scattered all around the premises of the pyramid, pots would drop loot when smashed, giving you more entities to take your anger out on. From emeralds and enchanted books to paper and string. This could be a great way to not only introduce a new decoration, which doubles as storage, but also a new form of exploration and loot gathering. Who would have ever expected there to be a diamond in one of those pots? And last but certainly not least, before we move on to the new boss you've been waiting for, the last set of new content added with an update like this would be the new blocks. Using the ocean monument as an example, structures should offer players a way to find new blocks that are exclusive to that structure. Prismarine, for example, can only be obtained from the ocean monument and crafted from monument exclusive items and drops. It's much more rewarding to discover a structure when you're able to tear it apart and keep the block as a reward. It's similar to keeping the mossy cobblestone you'll find in a dungeon, a habit that goes way back to a time when dungeons were the only structure in the game. The walls of the desert temple could be made of dunestone, a mysterious form of sandstone with a harder blast resistance to that of normal sandstone. In order to break through it and obtain it, you'll first need to take out the source of the mining fatigue and the weather effects by traveling down to the 4th layer and taking on the boss. And of course, dunestone could also be crafted into different variations, from a chiseled stone to a pillar, for example. Additionally, this would be a great opportunity to add a new trap block that works with redstone. Spike traps could be obtained exclusively from the desert pyramid, allowing players to also place potions inside them to tip the spikes with certain potion effects. For example, when a player walks over a trap block, they may be poisoned. And last but certainly not least, on the outside of the temple, this could be a great opportunity to add quicksand, a trapped variation of sand that pulls the player into a crypt beneath the sand, faced with fighting mummies. There are countless possibilities for new blocks and mechanics when it comes to a Desert Pyramid update. My friend, let me introduce you to the new guardian of the Desert Temple, the Scorpion, properly named the Scrusher. If you thought desert pyramids were too easy, well, you are in for a rude awakening with this one. Talk about going 0 to 100 real quick. The Scrusher would give off various effects to protect its temple grounds, keeping you from easily reaching the 4th layer, where it resides. Once you've finally met your doom, or its home for that matter, you'll have to think fast because this mob will very quickly charge at you, trying its best to attack you with a cheap shot with its tail. If you manage to get hit, you'll be given Deterioration, a new potion effect that slowly damages you, and the only way to get rid of it is to defeat the boss. Or, drink milk of course, because why not, right? Coincidentally, the tail is also its weak spot. In order to attack, you'll need to use your shield to block its charged attack, which will cause it to be stunned. This is your opportunity to strike back and take your victory. For defense, the Scrusher is made up of a fossilized bone armor, requiring a couple of critical strikes to take it down. This type of battle would be very up close and personal, as you could expect the Scrusher to move all around the battle floor, crawling up the walls and even jumping onto the ceiling. Patience is key, as well as maintaining a defensive stance with your shield until you find the opportunity to attack, again after stunning it. Perhaps, assuming the mummies were to drop those rare items I mentioned before, they could be used against this boss to stun it easily, or at the very least, slow its movement. And of course, once you've defeated the boss, the effects would have worn off, allowing you to freely mine and explore the Desert Temple, taking home the various blocks and items as a reward. So there we have it for the Desert Pyramid, a structure that since the very beginning should have been as amazing as this update could make it be. From new blocks, new mobs, and more to even a new boss, the Desert Pyramid could become one of the most fun experiences the adventuring side of Minecraft has to offer. Not to mention, deserts would become an even better experience of a biome. From sandstorms to quicksand pits with secret mummy crypts underneath, the terrain would be much more interesting to traverse. Just in this video alone, we've talked about spike trap blocks, mummies, quicksand, dunestone, decorative and functional pots, and even a new boss. But these are only a few of the countless possibilities for what could come with an update like this. So, I'd like to hear from you. Let me know in the comments what new mobs, new blocks, new traps, and even new items you would add to the Desert Pyramid. Also, I challenge you to come up with a cool banner design for the temple and share it with me on Twitter. Let's continue the discussion of this video on my Discord, which you can join for free using the link in the description below. That's gonna do it for today's video. If you enjoyed, make sure to leave a thumbs up and consider subscribing and turning on notifications to be alerted whenever I next upload a video. Also, let me know in the comments down below your thoughts on this video. I've been trying a new format lately where these videos are just a little bit more scripted than they used to be, just so that I can make sure each idea is presented in a clear way that so far it seems like you guys have really enjoyed. There has been a huge increase in performance lately, and not just with numbers, but interaction as a whole. Comments, thumbs up, and discussion on my Discord has gone through the roof lately. So to that, I say thank you very, very much. I really appreciate that you guys have given me a chance by subscribing and joining me along with the discussion of these new ideas. And to that, I say there are countless new ideas to be had. I'm very excited to see all of the videos we can come up with over the next few years. There's also some really awesome projects currently in the development, so I'm very excited to share them with you soon. Make sure you are following my social media if you aren't already. Trust me, you are not going to want to miss out. But that being said, my name has been System Z. You guys have been awesome, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.